Yo, yeah, says live. All right, wait, the Twitch notice. All right, so hello, welcome in. Today we are back um to the LTA. That has been a bit of a while since we've had an LTA. Yesterday we had a match that we discovered the first finalist. Therefore, technically on the winner bracket, it is all done and dusted. However, there is some losers bracket to get through a bunch of LTAs. Both of the ones in round four will be happening today, and here we have the first one, which will involve three players. Spanner 1122 not able to be here, has had basically computer fried, so that's not good. Can't stream, and therefore Mario will not be able to be played. However, we have the other three players. I guess I will introduce them with the blue color. There is Benji. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. On the purple, yeah, there is Raisin. Hello.
Yo, yo.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good.
All right. And then on the red, we have got Physius. Hello.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
All right, everybody feeling good. That's what I like to hear. And yeah, with that, since we are already technically a bit behind the scheduled start time, I think we should get ready. I'll give it like I'll just ask when you're all ready, and then
I'm good.
I'll be able to start it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I need to get my cartridge.
Alright.
Alright, I'm good to go.
All right. Just to confirm, I'm actually decided I'm not gonna move you guys. I'm just gonna move myself because that's faster. Because
Alright,
yeah,
alright, alright.
all right,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, with that, I will do a countdown, and everybody will begin. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good
Alright,
luck, good luck.
See ya. There you go. As you can hear by the Discord noise, we are officially into this LTA, the first one of the two happening today. There's a lot of Mario happening within the next 4 hours, so make sure to keep this tab locked in if you want to see 16-star action. So this is a super high level LTA. We have a lot of players who we know can deliver very good performances. We have Benji, which has been able to do quite well, especially in the races. Did get an infamous 15-23 in a race in the main bracket, which was unbelievable. However, has of course since dropped down after losing to Zandri in the quarterfinals. Made it through as second, and now is here. Raisin managed to win the LTA last time with a 15:09 and a run that was threatening to 14. It was quite possible. So yeah, it was super good run. Did drop down immediately in the first round because I got matched up with the open qualifier, which was Spanner, in fact. So lost immediately, and it's had to kind of go through the LTAs. Managed to get second a few times, first a few times. No, actually got second once and then got first twice. And then we have Physius. Physius has always been in the lower bracket since arrived from the open qualifier where Physius finished third. Has always managed to kind of keep up the pace with what's necessary. Finished second in both the first and second round of losers before getting the free pass as first from the LTA. That didn't happen because 2 players forfeited. Therefore, it wasn't necessary to perform. So, by expectation in how the LTA performances has been, the theoretical result should be probably like prediction, mainly a Raisin Benji type of deal. However, it is very possible that it could swing whichever direction. Very difficult to compare performances between days because each day, every day is different and all that scenario. I see the video support in the chat, which is it's fun. It's fun to see. It's fun to see people supporting, you know, from the chats. I always find it fun when the chats come in. They kind of blend in with the support. Anyway, we have already had our first couple of resets. Benji's already reset a few times. Raisin has already restarted, and we have got Physius as the only active run to have not died immediately. Which is fun, you know. Sometimes there is a debate in LTA beginnings over whether to go for a no reset or not. I hear that for some places it is forced as well. So here it isn't. You can reset whenever you want. You don't need to set a time on the board immediately, which is fine. Some people still like to do it. However, I think most people know that it's probably a bit pointless to set a slow time at the beginning if it's eventually just gonna get taken off super quickly when you've got such high level competition as you've got in this instance. Physius, one of the, maybe, wait, is it the only, I need to make sure. Yeah, I think it is the only just straight up American USA on the which has remained, which is very interesting. There were a bunch of them early on, but they mostly held the weaker spots, like the lower half. So this is the last of the US. Lives in Canada? I mean, living in Canada is fair. Ooh. Bomb thrown away there. Unsure what to do. Oh no. Dying. The things not going how intended. Just not exactly sure what route to go for. And There we go. We have had the reset and we're back to the global screen. There's no run. Hoping Benji wins. Benji had a very interesting performance in the last LTA. So, like, what happened in the last LTA, it was a while ago. Benji couldn't actually arrive to the allotted time. That was discovered late, like, too late. So, but Benji actually decided to, couldn't arrive immediately, arrived after an hour. So Benji only actually ended up playing 1 hour of that LTA. Ended up getting a 1553 immediately on like the first run after coming in. Proceeded to not actually do anything for the, like, not get another run for the rest of the hour. Ended at that, which is the slowest thing to qualify out of the round 3 because Kudo and Bizarre both didn't actually end up finishing a run at all. They tried a bunch, but never actually got anything which could achieve a time like that. So, despite that time, it ended up working out. So, it was definitely a little bit of a scare there. And of course, the other player in that LTA was Sunnerd, which managed to get a 1530, which even on emulator is considered a faster time than the 1553. The gap is 8 seconds. No handicaps to worry about here. Everybody's on Nintendo 64. Even if Fenner was here, it would have been a full on 64 LTA. So nothing to worry about. No time conversion needs to take place. All the times all will be the times. Benji falling off the stage. Currently not playing with audio, which is certainly an interesting thing about. Does that affect a lot of players? I don't think really play with much audio anyways. I know there's players that put up the music in the background for sure. I think that's a decent number to put up the music and they kind of just keep the game audio quiet. So that's a really interesting, like, psychological thing. We might see Raisin in basement soon. This seems like it could be a possibility. Fidget is having a little bit of a mess in the movement up to the Owlus. We'll be claiming the start right there. Here we go. We have in fact gotten a basement. How many of those will we see? It depends on the type of runners. There have certainly been LTAs I've seen where basement was kind of a rarity because there was, you know, so many runners reset in. However, there were some runners which just every run kind of just hit at it. For some reason, I have the Raisin PB list at 1505. I swear it's not. Wait, is it? Am I going crazy? Or wasn't it at 1503? Yeah. Why? How did that even happen? Oh no, wait, I think I know why. It's because I might have that might have been the PB saved from before. The other LTA Raisin did. And since then Raisin has gotten a few incremental personal bests. That might be what happened. Raisin doing the interesting thing of PBing by a frame, which, does that feel good? It's hard to tell. Fizzy is having, just struggling as soon as getting into the basement. As you can tell there on the screen on the right, another little bit of a mess in the shifting sand line going on. You see, he's kind of unsure what to do. Do you jump to the pillar? Do you take the fly guy? Do you go for the pyramid star? What do you do? There we go. Look, frame by frame, getting faster. Also get to see our first taste of Lethal Lava Land of the day. In a run that's going pretty well, all things considered so far. Which is certainly interesting. There we go. Got a long list. Hey, move. Video's also going to be heading into Lethal Lava Land despite the time lost in shifting sand land. And in the volcano we go. Our first few runs for. Will we have the first finish run here early? Will it be within the first 30 minutes that we get a finish run? Benji seemingly having some capture card issues, even more than already had before with the audio problems. So here you go. A bit of time lost on average in Lethal Lava Land. However, this is still a more than acceptable run. It is in fact very good, especially if you consider it is only the third or fourth run of the LTA, not the session. The session has had more runs. I'm pretty sure Raisin was streaming prior. Here we go. Box jump has been achieved. And we keep it moving. The Raisin clutch this up, it absolutely changes everything immediately. Like getting such a fast time quickly, just immediately, it sets the pace, which is the main thing, right? Like that's the time to beat, and it's known early, so the mentality can kind of change a little bit when you know that you are only allowed to get a certain super fast time to stay alive. Top 2 do qualify, so it wouldn't be exactly like the end of the world, but like, you know that to beat one of the 2 players you're competing against, you would need a super fast time, so it is like that. There we go. Oh, missing the start. A little sad. Instead of time lost there in emergency exit, but still going to be leaving the stage on a 10:22 flat, which has the possibility to reach great times. There we go. Physios also in Hazy Maze Cave on a significantly slower run. the meantime, that the MIPS clip is solid. Well performed. And here we head into the stage. No chip clip. Alright, what's the fizziest time wrapped up to be? 10:50. It needs to be a solid ending, but it can finish with a pretty competitive time for sure. Out of HMC, that was the time. Raising, even saving time. In Dire Docks, which is what you love to see. Good pole glitch, and it's all going stellarly here so far. In Fire Seat. Ooh, that punch is not gonna allow any ultimates to be performed, which is a little bit of time loss, of course. Not one that we'd mind too much. Things are going well. Things are so far still going very, very well. There we go. Bowser gets defeated. And here we are, backward long jumps. It's where we are headed for potentially the first finish run of the day. Video's doing a good fire seat. Right, let's see these BOJs. Will they be of caliber, or will they struggle? Ooh, the first one will struggle. It's not what you like to hear. It's the setup again. Doesn't quite find the stairs immediately. And Mario just not even catching. Not even a little bit. Is not buying it. Mario is not buying that backwards long jump nonsense. Oh no. Mario is not cooking. This is not what you like to hear. There you go. After like 5 tries? I wasn't counting. It was a decent number. Gets up there, but that is a massive amount of time lost. It is a big deal. The 70-star one was relatively instantaneous, the endless staircase. But that will massively hurt the time. Oh my god, diving off the stage must have been thrown off but mentally by that. That is not what she's... That is not good. This run has delved deeper and deeper off track. To the point, Fidget's run has maybe even slightly taken over it. It kind of depends on if this BOJ works. That I see Fidget doing. Alright, there we go. Works out after 10 or so seconds of a waiting room. Waiting for Mario to get past. He is going to be trying the super epic ultimate long jump. Doesn't work. Raisin falling off the stage. It is all going south here for the 2 main runs. This is not good. Raisin needs to wait for the moving platform to return to station. Goes for the moving right again. Not going to be working. And backs it up. And there we go. Getting up there. Finally. So quickly. This run has gone so south. There you go. In the pipe we go. Physics is still in it on a run that is could have been theoretically faster. We did fall off the stage, so that won't quite be happening. Let's see how the throws go. Throw number 1 is a good one. Throw number 2 is another pretty good one. And in the meantime, let's see, will it be all 3 throws? It will, so at least that was a solid, it was a cherry on the cake. Fadia is just resetting, not bothering, not knowing what's up. The right side just didn't pay off, so we won't have 2 finish rounds, we will have 1. Raisin will be clearing that first spot on the leaderboard, which is already there, with a 16:35.9. I just stated that, as you can tell from the chat, will be resetting. Not currently able to deal with the silence. Wants that audio. So the stream might go down there on the Benji POV. Benji, still, I'm pretty sure, yeah, unable to get a run to basement in this half hour, which is not exactly what you like to see. So yeah, that stream's officially down for a little while, which is allowed. You can kind of do anything. The 2 hours are 2 hours. You must get the time within the 2 hours, but other than that, you can get a run and then dip if you want. Like, you can. Oh no, 50 is going through the door on the OBOJ. Things so far not paying off. Time for the mysterious thing of when will Benji go back alive, because Twitch lies and never tells you when someone comes back alive sometimes. Which is not good, so I will reset this page. Hold on, let me check. Alright, no, we're not. Alright, no, we're not here yet. Alright, good. Hopefully it'll be back. But yeah, that 16:35 is unlikely to last for any longer. Any finish runs that someone else might be happening should be faster. They have definitely got the quality to beat this on many occasions if you consider just the amount of time lost it took to get that 16:35 was like very, very high. However, personally, I've always been an advocate of getting a time on the board because, yeah, sure, it's unlikely that it'll coast you to the end. It is still your first. You know, like by just the facts of the matter, you are in the top spot. So maybe you'll have to reclaim it, but I think it's better to be top for a moment rather than not be top for any moment. Even if it takes losing a few extra minutes. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in general now. Yes, you're back in there. Raisin currently in the middle of Worm's Fortress. If Spanner was here, I'm pretty sure we would have seen the first case of 2 players that had raced coming back to face each other on an LTA, which I don't think had quite happened yet. it would have happened in this instance because Resident Spinner did a quarter space in round 1. However, that will not be occurring because we in fact did not end up getting to see Spinner's gameplay. Which is a little sad. Spinner, who of course got knocked out in the semi-final against Zandri. We never got to see him in the LTA stage other than the open qualifier, which you can argue isn't even a part of the tournament. Like it is, but okay, there we go. Benji's screen is back. Epic. And with that, let's focus back in on Raisin. Who in the meanwhile is back to the basement. With the 1635 as a comparison point, which of course is pretty good comparison point because it is very fast up to the last split. So like so being ahead of it does mean that very good things can happen if we're ahead in the early splits, in the basement splits, which were very fast, had the potential for a 15-1x. We'll be very curious to see how Benji goes with the running portion. It seems like Benji's LTA strategy is more perfection oriented. From my outlook on things, as you can tell, of course, I'd presume that the audio issues, which may or may not have been fixed, might have been bugging a little bit. However, like for example, just in the last LTA, it was pretty much 50 minutes of resetting to pre-basement, to lobby, pre-basement, of resetting to lobby, and then that one run, which was good enough. But it can truly pay off if that perfect run does arrive. However, it is quite a risky strategy. Raiden continuing to do good things with this run. Let's see, what the hell happened to Benji's stream? Nah. That's on my end, is it? Yeah. What? That's weird. Okay. Mysterious. I'm kind of vibing to the music right now. Mario Kart music in the background for VLTAs, which I believe does help the mood. The technical reason why there's Mario Kart music in the background is that it's too much of a hassle to turn off and on game audio, so that's like a thing that would be preferably avoided. because there's no like production. I'm just switching it around. So like, and I'm busy commentating. So like, yeah, I can't really switch on and off gameplay audio. So having a predetermined track list helps out in this occasion. Raisin's almost gonna be done with HMC on a time definitely faster than the previous run. Yeah, in fact, 10:14. That is very strong. Can't deny. I think on PB that is, if it was like plus 12 before, this would be like plus 8. Either way, not quite getting the punch grab as originally intended, having to get Mips into this corner, into the dead end to be able to grab the rabbit. And there we go. So yeah, a bit of lost time there. In the meantime, we do see Benji in basement for the first time. So that is nice to hear. It doesn't say no audio anymore, so I'd guess that it's fixed. Which is certainly interesting. Maybe, yeah, maybe all Benjamin needed was to hear, and then boom, instant perfect Mario. There we go. Pretty good front sub arriving from Raisin. On numerous occasions, super close to reaching the Elite 14 club of Mario runners. You know, it's the level of time that truly does say, yes, I am in. I am one of the best Mario runners. At 16 star is having the 14 as the first 2 digits. Are we getting the cycle here? Just about. Solid way to back up. However, missing the rail, not the railing, the edge of the platform, getting burned once, somehow not getting burned twice, which is quite incredible. And there we go. Big time loss compared to every other time loss in this run so far. Definitely still on pace to beat the 1635 with relative ease. However, of course, the BOJ needs to go well. Didn't go well in the past run. Doesn't mean it can't go well here either. However, this is a harsh time loss. Oh no, Benji. Long jumping instead of ground pounding. Or luring in the bullet. Not what you like to see, and then getting burned and then dying. Oh no. Benji's reset. There will be no time coming out of that run from basement. In the meantime, the BOJ time, will it go better in this occasion? The answer is no. Oh no. That's one at least. Will it go on the second? Man, it really won't. What is this? BOJ practice required. Okay, there we go. Third try. Better than the other time. Still, I'd say below expectations. The 70-star one is still very good, so there's something that's happening there. Which might be of intrigue with the 50-star one not working. Maybe it's the long jump. It's not quite being set up correctly. Doing that riskier triple jump. Didn't work last time. It's working this time. This could still be a pretty good run. All it has to do is not fall right here. Let's see it. Oh my, doesn't get it immediately. Here is the backup. Doesn't work, the backup. Oh my, I'm moving right, claiming a lot of victims here early on. All two runners to have reached sky have fallen grace to it. It is hard, of course. No, my overshooting the jump. Didn't even get to try it. It's an absolute mess going on here. Radius' turn on the pillar list. Will we be getting it? Alright, there we go. And Raiden is finally up there. Got the moving right. So has got the opportunity to improve this run by a margin. However, it does require a... Wait, can you? I think you can. Doesn't need to get all the throws, and that one won't be getting missing everything. Somehow doesn't get to the platform or to the bomb. It goes like in between the two. And then ends up... Yeah, Raiden will not be improved to 1635. Does suck. However, you do need to, I think, see the glass half full. It has been 40 minutes. Less than halfway, and we've already got two pretty good runs that could have been in the 15, 10 to 20 range. Which does imply that at least the play session is going pretty well. There's definitely the possibility of doing that. And Physius getting side hop. Doesn't seem to be a trick to have been claimed any victims yet today. You almost have 1 hour and 20 minutes remaining, the 120. Phidias, not having yet been capable of getting a run too strong, has had a lot of minor mistakes like that we just saw in the volcano. Kind of little bit of weird movement-y mistakes that make things awkward and therefore lose time as a collective. Have kind of been what's happening. Which is hurting them a little bit. Here we go. About to get out of LLL with pretty solid time. A little bit of time lost from the volcano Scudato, but it'll be all going pretty well from Phidias, which by technical OPB is the one on the immediate chopping block. It's the one with the slowest time the slowest personal best. And also probably like one of like the least convincing performances in the tournament. Yeah, out of the runners in this LTA, it's probably like the least convincing qualification, because of course qualified first, but by technicality, and then in both of the other LTAs finished second. One with a not even a 15, a 16:11, and the other one with a 15:44, which Zumi did very well to beat. To be fair, with a PB. However, wait, not with a PB, with an almost PB. So it was pretty well. However, hasn't quite managed a unbelievable time at a Supernova tour just yet. Of course, I root for just good times in general, so I do hope that happens. It is, however, just an interesting statistic that I think is worthy to mention. Hasn't happened quite yet. No time below a 15:40, and then they're getting submitted by Physius. As they say that, it doesn't exactly matter how you get there as long as you do. And Physius is right here on this stage with at least a third place guaranteed in this LTA. And left HMC there on 10:21, so that is good time. Good thing could certainly happen for him. Well, Raisin is back in basement. Currently doing very well. The German runner in the department of getting out of it lobby of WOMS. Lips Club also very solid from Physius. Chip Club attempted, Chip Club successful. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Taking risks. Now, good front sub as well. This is currently very strong run. The late game has, of course, hurt every run that has reached this stage so far, including Physius' first run to get far, which I'm thinking like 4 attempts at moving right fell down both of them, so it needs to kind of shake that off if we end up getting to Battle in the Sky. The pole glitch was good. In that run, I'm pretty sure ultimate did happen, and in fact, it will be a thing here as well. There we go, very strong fire seat. Very nice, very, very nice. Remember that this one isn't just -3 on anything. This is -3 on, you know, personal best. So we've got some talking. There's some interesting things happening. These aren't the actual PV splits. They are the theory PV splits. So they may not be 100 entirely accurate to the personal best Fizzy's had. I see the BOJs. Will they be good? Or will they be poor? Let's find out. Quick setup. However, Mario just refusing to catch stairs today. For anybody involved, long jumping a little early. The camera doesn't seem to follow the action. Mario seems to follow And getting through the door. Alright, the PB talk is gone, but there's still a very good run here. Mario very much so tilted. We'll be getting there. Yeah, that camera was wild. Extremely sideways camera. For that BOJ. It does work out sometimes for sure. Not going to be trying any crazy stunts in Sky here today. Oh my. Little weird movement. Didn't intend to triple jump. They're still manageable, losing only incremental amount of time. And here, the moving right. There we go. Very nice. Triple jump, also very nice. This is all going well. Ledge grab. It's again losing a little bit. And alright, that is good. That is good. He got everything over the line. Didn't miss much, and there is a good run here potentially to be had. Let's see it. These throws. That one should land. Yes, it will. All right. It's time for number 2. That works as well, even if it did bounce. And that one will work as well. All right. That is good. That is good. Got rated by someone. Hello. Thank you. And there we go. 1534. Physius has to disprove what I said a few minutes ago. Never got below a 1540 out of Supernova. Well, just done it just here. 1534. Very strong run. Was PB pace for ages. I will update everything. In the meantime, I will leave you with the Raisin POV. Let me just quickly update this text. It will look a little weird for a moment. There's no faster way to do it. Alright, here we go. Both of the runners, Physius and Raisin, have managed to get a time. Benji is the one who has yet to get one. We are nearly 50 minutes in. About 49. Oh, wow. That is a really good MIPS on top of what is currently being a really fast run in general. From Raisin. Hold the phone. This run has a lot of potential. It is really, really good right now. Right, in fact, as you can tell, the BPT is still 1452. That's how fast it is. There we go, very nicely done. Then it split. But still really nice. Eyes needs to be peeled on this. Oh my. Don't think ultimate can quite happen with that diving slide. But it is fine. At least we knew early and we're able to adapt to it. This is currently quite special. Can't lie. Here we go. Now we're going to be heading into the backwards long jumps. Past 48 minutes say that it's going to be a rocky road. However, when you can still technically 14, I don't think the past matters all that much. It's about the presence. Let's see. Sets it up quickly. Will Mario be getting up these stairs? Mario refuses once again. And instantly on the second, the improvement is there. The improvement is there. On the first run, the Raising All to BOJs, it took 4 tries. On the second, it took 3. On this third one, it took 2. So that means, you know, theoretically next time we should have some instantaneous backwards on jump. However, here's the issue. We're actively worsening at these stairs. Oh no. Alright, things are not going well on the 14 department. However, still solid run. Approaching, good triple jump, very dangerous. Moving right. Will this go well? No, this is another set of a problem. This is falling off, and there we go. Won't be able to quite take down the 50th time at that. I mean, I don't think it was possible anyways. But either way, like, it's got to be looked into, I think. I mean, this is a consistent problem. Like, we've had 3 or so runs go here, and I mean, this is just a thing that's happening. The BOJs are not catching, especially the 51. The 71's going better, the 51 isn't. And this moving right just is refusing to work consistently. I think there's something to be looked into here. Some players do the strategy of going into practice ROM in the middle to sort of, after a run is finished, most to sort of check up on what didn't work. Personally, that's what I'm advocating for right here, right now, because as you can tell, like, I think there's something consistently not brewing, and I think it really does help the mental when capable of, you know, practicing, get confident with it again in a few minutes, and then go bang. All right, here we go. Because like this, I mean, depending on what is what, the E16s ain't gonna make it, especially, I mean, if Benji's on a run right now, it's not unbelievable, but yeah, it is a run. 1622, light improvement for Raisin on what was a good run. What was an unbelievable pace. 10-12 or something, if I remember correctly. So that will be the new time to beat for Benji, of course, who needs to get in second place in the first place. 10:22. Definitely good enough to beat both of the times currently on the leaderboard. However, the end has to go well, which has been easier said than done. Today. Alright. DD we got. Seems Raisin has taken the advice. Practicing. The first time I saw the idea of practicing in the middle of a tournament, I was put off by it because I think it's wasting time. However, I've since turned around on it. I think practicing in the middle, if you've got the time, like I'd say you got here, 2 hours is a good while. A lot of players don't even play Mario for 2 hours at a time. I think it is good. I do approve. Because it lets you freshen up. And you know, so much of speedrunning is a mental game, right? Because like there's not exactly anything, there's no anybody against you that you need to necessarily react to. Like, you know the movements you have to do. It's about your brain doing them. So your brain has to be set in the right headspace, in the right motions, in the right confidence to be able to brew. That is not working. It was a little difficult. Tried some Hail Mary attempt to still get it to work. Sadly, it was a failed dive. Didn't quite get enough height. And then this is going to get a mountain of lag. Yeah, this is just the fastest 2 times. At the end of the 2-hour period, they will move on to the next round. That's how the LTA format works. Live time attack. And here we go. This one from Benji. Slowly but surely losing time. Definitely on still the pace to take second off of Benji. And it is, of course, good in general to see the end of the game. It has been an hour and Benji hasn't gotten here to upstairs. So it's nice to take it. Let's see how the BOJ goes. That one is instantaneous. That is not something we have seen today, sadly. That is a first of instantaneous 50 BOJ. It was really, really nice. How does this one go? This one is going to be taking a little longer. Mario takes a few more BOJs and doesn't quite go all the way, but in general, still definitely good. Here we go into Sky with the possibility of a fast run. Phidias is safe. It goes for the epic ultimate. Doesn't work. And will be resetting. Doesn't care. It's first or nothing in this economy. That does feel like a Benji thing to do. Resetting at that moment. Pretty sure second was still possible, but oh well. An hour's left. I never remember if I remind people in an hour. If I remind them at 30 minutes. No, I remind them at 30 minutes. They can keep playing. First time in a while, actually, surprisingly enough, where we have no runs ongoing. We did have a good portion there where runs were happening, which is always fun. So yeah, at the halfway point of this LTA M, we currently see Phidias heading in first with a really good run that ended up at the 15:34. Raiden is currently in second Despite the 1622, it is a very fragile time. In an hour, it is very possible that somebody's going to beat it. However, there is a good thing, is that it could be Raisin himself that beats that time. Of course, since Raisin has been doing great work today at getting runs far. And then on the opposite of the getting runs far, we got Benji, which it is very rare to see Benji that far in a run. And that can work to or against benefit. So far, of course, Benji is third without a time submitted. So if it keeps going like this, it will be a negative. Wonder what the banter is going in the voice chat between them. I have no idea. Hope it's going fun. The Raisin and Benji runs are very, very sick. They're only about 1 second apart from the feed showing it, which is fun. A little bit of an accidental race, maybe, perhaps. Salt attempted for Benji. Salt successful. Raisin also gonna try it. Will it be successful? Nope. Benji's officially better than Raisin at salt. Heard it here first. Honestly, I think the runner in the most interesting spot right now is probably Physius, because Physius is in the situation of I'm first, but should I be worried, right? Because the 15:34, it's a good time. It's a very good time. It's the best time Physius has got. So it's kind of in an LTA. So it's kind of like it's difficult to ask for any more, and it's difficult to tell if any more will be required. Because I mean, a Benji run that actually finishes usually has to be pretty fast. And Raisin has already had some hella paces, so it's very possible that if a run doesn't quite make it. However, since we are over halfway and it is currently still safe by 48 seconds, I'd say so far it's more likely than not that makes it. However, there is a universe, I can certainly envision it, and it does make sense that it maybe wouldn't. Benji in shifting Sandland. And there we go. And you're currently only plus 1 hundred, what, like, yeah, 1/10 of a second out of SSL, which is nice. Oh no, Benji. Yet again doing this long jump. I think it's happened twice already. A little bit of a random mistake, but sometimes they do happen. And the ledge grab, that almost happened the other time as well. Lives it through. Let's see. Ooh. Alright. What's the end of LLL time? It's a +6, not bad. Things are looking pretty interesting. Raising it back into the basement. On the quest to improve his time even further than has already been improved. The 1622 has got a certainly doubtful stand there in second place. At any moment, it could crack, and Raisin would no longer be on the qualifying pedestal. All it requires is something like Benji finishing this run with good time. So far, it's going quite well. Let's see how the maps goes. This has sometimes been a problem. Maybe wanted to try the punt grab, but not sure. Either way. There we go. Smash this through the door. Eventually. No chip. Sad. Fire C, here we go. I'm currently being a little bit more quiet because there's a little bit of a situation with the other LTA that I'm having to address. That will be informed at a later date. But so far things going well. You know, I even see Raisin in the green, which is quite interesting. Not sure what the comparison point is. If it is at 1622, then that's good. Since that 1622 was, of course, 14 pace. However, I think it might be something else. Yeah, I think it's something else. I think it's compared to like a 15 time. Oh, alright. Throw it. A risky bit of guess there. Let's see how it goes. Benji, yet again, this one is slowly or surely, as soon as the late game hits, been losing time after time by not getting cycles and stuff. The BOJ, however, is a nice reassurance. This one can, of course, as Brucetic beat out to the second place time of Physius is safe from any takeover. Our real question, of course, will Benji be going for this takeover? Or will Benji be chilling it out, trying to go super fast? There we go, long jump actually goes really well this time. And there we go, off. Survives, surprisingly enough, quite miraculously manages to not fall off the stage entirely. Get zapped, this is not going to get. Then you might have tried the Sky Gold of Dreams that gets him at 1533 and peace out Physius, but nope. Yet again, it has been rejected. Benji didn't quite die, still going through with this. Nice moving right. Gonna be trying the epic movement and instead gets an epic fall right down the stage. And that's that. Playing with fire here a little bit, cause these both could be second, you know. Alright, let's go see what Raisin's run is exactly up to. Okay, the comparison point was a 1530. It wasn't a 1550, alright. It's still pretty fast though. 1024. Not as astronomically fast, but still definitely good speed. That is Physius beating time potential. And oh no, whole glitch whiff of a bonk as well. I don't think you can get the cycle like this. Ledge grab there. Yeah, no cycle here for Raisin. Gonna be a dent in the plans. Let's see. Alright. A few burns and we get there. Still the potential. Raisin did spend some time practicing the main late game problems, which was the moving right side and the BOJ, the two things that weren't working. Put up a few minutes in Usamuna with them. We'll get to see right here if that work ended up coming to good fruition. Benji dying. Alright, let's see how the BOJ goes. Raisin Struggling to get up, but gets up. All right, here we go. Big moment. Oh, and there we go. Instantaneous. Practice makes perfect. Is what they say. There we go. Oh my god. What is that, BOJ? That is character development right here. Unbelievable. And suddenly, Radius is in danger. Now we're reaching choke point number 2 here in just 10 seconds. Here we are. Will this pay off? No, this one not yet. Will the backup? No, it doesn't work. You can't. You can fix one. But maybe you can't fix 2 at a time. That hurts. The BOJs were spectacular. However, we Raisin also trying to be extra fast, ending up being extra slow. Let's see here, trying again, getting it this time. Yet again has the opportunity for another incremental improvement of the previous time. Seems to be a common theme with Raisin. That throw will be limp. Don't think this can 15 anymore with that one. But I might be mistaken. It is kind of there. No, I think it can. Can it? I have no idea. I think it can. No, I think it's fine. Raisin might have gotten over the barrier at the 3rd finish run, which is pretty decent amount of runs finished for this time. Pretty good amount. 15:57, we get down the barrier. Solid improvement. This one already puts in a little bit of pressure. It's not that bad. You know, comparatively speaking. It definitely ramps up the pressure. Nah, what is happening? I don't know. It's for some reason only happening with this one. And I'm not sure if it's my fault. Alright, there we go. No runs currently too far in. We do have Physius in basement, so let's see that for however long that lasts in. Pillarless has been one of the Physius weak points of the day. Still has, however, of course, managed to claim a first place spot with that one really good run. I mean, to ask a question, we're almost entering the half an hour. Physius has, of course, that one run, which let's claim that huge first. Raisin has had a plethora of runs. that could, but the two things, the BOJ and right side, have not let it happen at all. So Raiden is stuck with a 1557. And then there's Benji, which has had the opportunity to take these times, however, has chosen to try to be really risky, and it hasn't paid off, which could come back to bite harshly. The idea of just no safety whatsoever, go for the epic strat, as it seems to not really be too functional for Benji so far in this tournament. I mean, like, so far Benji's only finished LTA time is a 15:53, which just like isn't even theoretically that fast. Like, it would barely qualify right here. And the rest has just kind of been runs that haven't finished, right? And a lot of them has been time spent not really close to finishing, because we're kind of just in PB mode. Which, I mean, in some respects, everybody's on PB mode, right? I mean, Phidias was on PB pace, Raisin was on PB pace. However, I feel like, I don't know, PB mode for Benji just works a little differently. It's a little riskier for some weird reason. I don't We're in the quiet period where the runs aren't cooking, and that perfect run starts to need to happen, because of course any finish run now halves the amount of time you have remaining, which is a doozy, right? So this is the time, around the half an hour mark, is when things start getting complicated. For the which runs do I continue, which ones do I don't. Before, it feels like you have a lot of time. I feel like the half an hour mark is when you truly are like, oh no, things are starting to wrap up. Benji falling off the dark world and dying. Here we go. We are almost at the half hour. This is where I said I'd remind them, so I will. I probably should have reminded at 1 hour, but I was young, I was foolish half an hour ago. My bad. It is falling off the stage. There we go. We are truly in the reset heavy portion of the run. But it's going to be just quite a few minutes before we even see anybody into basement again. The Mario is happening, alright? This is one, okay, well, they'd move on. They'd go together to another LTA with the people from, with the qualifiers from the other LTA, which is currently, not sure. It should be happening in around 20 minutes. There's a little bit of a complication going on. So more info on that when it happens, which is 20 minutes. But yeah, this has definitely been an LTA with its own storylines. I like to say every LTA has its story. And this one definitely had some, you know. Raisin has just finished multiple runs. I think finished 3 runs, both incremental improvements. Both of them could have been 15, 20 at least. And then the end game kind of ended all of them. One of them was even technically 14 paceable for a good while. Physius, kind of quiet, had one really good run, which I think also had BOJ trouble, which ended up not making it a PB, instead making it a 1534. And then Benji has kind of been has been trying the perfectionist approach, right? The approach of trying to get the craziest PB ever possible. It's not quite worked yet, as you can tell by the fact that there's no time. There have been a few runs where they made it to Sky. They have tried, Benji has tried the super fast Sky, the ultimate. It did not quite work out. While I was talking, I forgot to actually remind him, so I need to go remind him for 29 minutes. That's my famous reminder, the reminder that there's 29 minutes left.
With a friend, I'm working on something.
Hello,
for
runners.
that would include
Just
that.
popping in to say that there's about 29 minutes left. Should have said it 1 minute ago, but I forgot. Alright, yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Ah, there you go, that's what they've been up to. They have been on the voice chat chatting. That's what the voice chat's for. Meanwhile, we do have Raisin in basement. It's been a little bit since we have seen a basement run. There was the quiet portion that we have just witnessed the past like 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes. It was like the past 6, where nobody really got here. It's been reset. The reset. But we are back to seeing all of the stages in basement, which are all related to being warm in some manners. Shifting Sandland, of course, desert. Lethal Lava Land, of course, lava. Mayscape isn't really warm. However, I don't know, for the sake of example, I'm just gonna say that the toxic gas is warm. It's a unpleasant environment. Things have been moving. We're into the later stages. However, there's surprisingly very little to say. The talking points have kind of, the current state of the update is kind of at the standstill. We're kind of waiting for if to see if any other run's gonna pick up too well. I mean, there's this run from Raisin, which is going fine. However, it's currently not breaking any boundaries, right? So it's like we're kind of waiting to see if anything's gonna happen too much here, or if we're kind of at the way it's gonna be set up to the finish. Certainly be interesting. If this is how I finish, there'd be some talking points. Of course. But there's still a decent number of time to find a match. To find that run. That fixes it all. Fixes all of the mistakes. Here we go. Apparently, what's the pace of this? This is, okay, apparently it could be 10:18 if we're following that -6. So that's interesting. That's definitely fast. Raisin has been good at getting fast. This has been a common theme. Good at getting fast. The early game, the first 10 minutes of the run have not been an issue, which is a real stark contrast to the other runners here. Of course, Benji and Physius have had quite a bit of trouble in consistently getting up to the far stages. There haven't been too many runs that have made it. The strats haven't been working out too consistently for Physius. Benji is of course not working out consistently because they're the toughest strats ever invented. So it's like Raisin, nice punch grab. 1020 was the asset out of HMC. Alright, definitely an acceptable Maps Club. Did not lose that much time. Previous in basement. Will it go well? Will we be seeing a run prosper from the current first place runner? Has had that first place threatened by pretty much everybody. There have been like 4 runs which could have beaten it. None of them did though, as a sign of just how unfruitful the late game has been... Oh no, Raisin screwed up the front sub setup. That might work. Somehow it does. That was really close. Alright. There we go. Raisin successful, getting a very nice pull glitch back up there. Wonder if it'll do anything. Doesn't seem like it. Lost a bit too much time. Wasn't very close. This run did reset. Alright. So the speed has slowly been going down. However, it is still fine if the late game is good. Let's see some of those very nice BOJs coming through. In the run Raisin actually finished. Has that ice remained? Very interesting question. Let's see, it's time for the BOJ, the moment of truth. And nope. The one would be that. Didn't quite catch immediately. Speaking of catching immediately, there we go. It seems like if it catch immediately or it just doesn't catch. That's kind of how races do it. A little bit of time loss, and there we go. It's instantaneous 71. Did lose a bit of time. It's kind of tough to tell if Physius is safe. I think Physius is safe, but if Raisin can improve this time to something near Physius' time, maybe it doesn't get third, but that makes Benji's job next to impossible. Because of, I mean, the likelihood of success of so much of what Benji's doing is not too high. Yeah, that task box, I'm pretty sure it showed up in the last of Raisin's runs, and that was an instantaneous one as well, so I don't know, it's kind of a thing that can happen. But here we go, Raisin, yet again getting a little bit of a limp throw. Nope, that one won't work, needs to spin it. There we go. Giving me deja vu of the last run. This, yet again, might be a slight incremental improvement over that. Did that hit it? Okay, barely did, alright. I think we did an improvement. I think. Yeah. Alright, nice. And Raisin, for the 4th time today, will be getting a new time on the board. And yet again, it is still second. 15:51. It's the new time. It's very incremental. Slowly but surely, the time is getting faster around the LTA. It is, I'd say, a nice change of pace from Physics, which just finished, I'm pretty sure, 1 run. And Benji, which just finished 0. So there we go, 15:51. It is possible to you know, you can never call those incremental improvement useless because you never know. Maybe Benji's about to finish up with a 15 to 52. That was the most important run of all time. You don't know. Everything matters in this economy. No salt. This LTA, it doesn't matter whether you finish first or second, because you'll be going to the same LTA. It just matters that you qualify. There's no extra bonus prize of going to a better one. There we go. In just about a minute, we're heading into the danger zone of a run that finishes. No, of a run that starts, finishes after. Just about a minute. Which is, I think, when we start like this, like that's when the final stretch properly starts. That's when we're properly, this is it, now or never. And it starts getting scary. Which is certainly true. It is quite scary stuff. So yeah, that stuff has been happening. In the meantime, we got Benji not quite being able to get the elbow jam on that occasion. In the meantime, you may hear background noises. It's almost dinner time, so that happens. My bad, G's. In the meantime, we are into the reset. It makes sense when you have 15 minutes left. It's the reset heavy portion. It's the run that has to happen. Yeah, there's no more time that can be reasonably wasted. So it has to kind of be now. And I'm not sure. I'm not confident in this current leaderboard changing. I'm currently not seeing it. Rayson might have a chance to get another run because, I mean, Rayson has been pretty consistent at it. However, other than that, from the outlook today, I'm not thinking Fidget's is going to get too much of a run going. Didn't ever really get too much of a run going. Just that one. But just that one crazy run, and that was it. And Benji is also just like, as far as getting a run at a big moment, pretty unreliable, I'd say. It is not going very well. So that's cool. We do have a few dark roads running around. Phaedrus and Raisin are wrapping up the red coins. You know, guess what? Decent intro. 5 minutes time. It is the theoretical start of the LTA. It will have to wait and then wait a little more because there's a little bit of a situation that needs to be sorted out. So more information on that LTA will be happening. I cannot confirm or deny whether that will be happening. It is scheduled. There might be a little bit of a differential happening. Might change. So, alright. I mean, you can just tell how much Benji aims for that perfect run. I mean, did you just see it? They didn't get a long jump one time. Boom, reset. That's how you end up having no finish runs. No, it's the sad part because, like, you know, Benji's had the opportunity. Benji didn't, like, Benji dared, basically, right? It like, kind of dared to try going for an epic time. Alright, and try the super dangerous bits, the ultimate bits with the long jump. I'm not sure what it's called, like a tap long jump. I don't know. It's a long jump, right? And then all the special movement. It didn't work, which means that Benji's been left in this scenario. And now, as far as the tourney's concerned, life is looking grim. It's looking. Benji's currently, as far as Supernova life is going, looking on life support, needs something legendary to happen right here at the end. If something's gonna save him. Needs a 1550 at least to be able to survive. Is it reliable? Difficult. Will it even get close to happening? It's a big ask. It is a big, big ask. I'd consider it very, very unlikely. You have a basement from Raisin. The man, the myth, the legend. Right, 4 runs today. Currently resides in 2nd position. Hasn't been the day for finishing runs. Do I remind them at 10 minutes? Nah, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. They have their own timers. They're not gonna be a bother. Here we go. And we keep going into the bird start. Oh no, no, it didn't quite get the launch. It got the launch up a little late. It will work out. That strat isn't like too harsh. It is the basic strat in the sense that like it's the first one you learn, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, it's the one I've learned, and I've got a 19. So just come in, long jump into the fly guy, and then you get the bird. We have a very solid -5 to SSL. No, and not into SSL, into LLL, out of SSL. 8 minutes left. Not much time is 8 minutes. 8 minutes is not a lot. Not a long, long time. Let's see. Raisin coming in. Nice. Good. Well done. In the meantime, Benji, I don't think in the past few minutes has even gone into warm. That's what I mean. I'm not a believer. Alright, I'm not a believer. I want to be proven wrong very badly because it would make very, very good content. However, I'm not a believer. Let's see it. Nice pillarless from Phidias. Raisin continuing the journey in the lava stage. So yeah. We remain at the exact same speed of minus 5.8 with Lethal Lava Land. Which is good, definitely. That would make a fast time. That's for sure. Six minutes is all that remains. The top two is currently defined with the lone exception that Benji might need to pop in a run. Otherwise, Phidias Raisin is looking like the duo, the first two runners to reach that stage in the competition. There we go. That's gonna wrap up with, what a time is that? 10:12. It is the time of that. I'm pretty sure this is pretty near, if not exactly the time that originally was in the 14 question. It was the original pace. Of course, again, there's a lot of Mario to play. That is a really nice punch grab, to be fair. Phidias continues to be moving along the run. Benji continues to be resetting the run, which is something. You know, in the meantime, really going. 4 minutes left. Benji still in intro. Raisin with currently a pacer. Sadly, I think did he miss a swim right after the chip? I didn't. No, that is chip. I don't know. I haven't seen too many chip clips today. But yeah, they haven't been performed. But yeah, this is really fast. Let's see if it will get claimed as really fast. Oh no, tries to not get in a second jump. Not quite able to muster up enough height to get on the ship. Gonna be losing that time. Still pretty good. However, not what you'd like to hear. Not what you'd like to see from Raisin. Which of course, in the event of a miracle Benji run here at the finish, would be the one chopped off the tournament. Despite however unlikely that may be, you'd still want to be worried. Oh no, diving off. Did not quite time it correctly, and won't be getting any cycle. The prospects of PB are gone. In the meantime, that there's, I think, still a possibility for it maybe beating Phidias if it turns out well. There you go, Benji with 2 minutes left. Missed a walk kick, however, the Dark Wool was the cycle that Benji is running, so it's working out. Phidias was 10 something, I can't tell. I can't read it from here. I'm not sure what the exit was. I think it's like 1020 something. 1028? Question mark. I can't quite read it though. There we go. Good mix clip as well. And there we go. Into the 19. Oh damn. All right. I see you, Physius. In the meantime, while that's been happening, while that's cooking, Benji's also into Whomp's Fortress. Raisin is managing yet again the thing that has stopped him today. The backwards long jump. It's just not nice. It worked out that one time. Not really much anymore. Ugh. It is not quite vibing. Benji going for salt, very important. Miss it. Oh no. Oh, it might. Raisin finally gets up there eventually. But Benji falls off and just goes for the reset of dreams. That reset. That is the last. Or at least I mean theoretically. There's, I think, the possibility that this misses Slack to skip and we get another one, but it should be the last. Raiden's on the last, that one like for sure. And Fizzy is burning. With some time lost on that one. Will we have crazy stuff? Let's see. We'll have to tell them that the time is up. So hold up. Give me a moment to enter their chat.
It's gonna fuck up.
10 seconds left. And time. No more resets from now on. All right, good luck on your left. Bye.
Thank you.
There we go. They've been informed. Now here we go. I think I should pull up the global display just to kind of see the storyline you want for the time being. This is the one furthest on. Benji is the one that needs to get the time. If Benji doesn't get a time, the other ones don't matter all that much. So the pressure is all on him. Let's see. We'll just get that ready. Will. Oh, ledge grab. God damn it. Why did that gotta happen? Alright, go. That's happened 3 times. I don't know why that's happened. Okay, there we go. Double firsty. Nice. Videos in bits. Looking to do something. Benji seems like, oh, Phidias falling off the stage. Won't be able to improve the time any further. That will be that, I think. From Phidias. Pretty much in short of a qualification. Something unbelievable would need to happen. Like, if one person getting a crazy time is already astronomically unlikely, 2 people getting a crazy time is pretty much inconceivable with how crazy it is. So, yeah. Heading into the throws. Videos, anyways. Here we go, let's see. Raisin managing to get the Worms. Benji managing to get the Worms on decent time. Despite it not going all perfectly. And the throw is missed from Phidias. Sad days. Alright, let's see if Benji can get salt. Oh no, no trying it. For the first time ever, Benji is doing a safer strat. Very interesting. It is now or never. And I think that does feel right. But you might have turned on race mode. It has lended Benji, of course, some very successes playing in safe for race type of strategies. It has also sometimes very much so not. I mean, of course, Benji did get eliminated. However, it is going pretty well. The Canalus went well, and the Alice went well in the meantime. Busiest Fit wrapped up the run with a 15:56. Wouldn't have been in that one reason. Second place time. Not that it didn't need to. It was just kind of, I don't know, for the flex. I beat your time twice type of flex. Benji getting wild blue and heading into basement. Raisin also doing that with a slightly faster time. Here we go, the basement for Benji and Raisin. I don't have a two-player POV, but just assume the other half isn't quite around. There we go, pillarless for Benji. Is this working? It looks like it. Pillarless for Raisin as well. Right, Benji gets it. Raisin's bomb leaves him. Not what you like to see. Gonna, I think, just be trying to save with the bird. Surprisingly enough, works. Pretty impressed by that. To be honest, very good backup. And now Benji is gonna be going for the bird star. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Benji's on a run. Something's happening. Of course, Raisin needs to be on a run that can respond it in case it does happen. So there is a little bit of importance to what Raisin's currently doing. Gets the pillarless here. There we go, Benji gets the star. And wraps up SSL at a 623. Raisin, of course, with the whole bomb leaving shenanigan, is currently slower than that at a 620. What is it? 628. Alright. Benji is currently beating the 1551 in terms of where it was at this point in time, which is nice. However, this is the problem with one chance at any moment, and it might just fall flat. It is very impressive that two runners, the two European ones, are managing to get these runs surviving. Even when it's their last. Side off going to be attempted here by Benji. Very well done, very fast. Things are going nice. Things are going nicely for sure. Raisin also needs to do it. A little bit rougher around the edges, but still getting it done. Well, now into the volcano. Benji's next tap. No, tap. The next lap. It'll be lava boost. There we go. Just about. Seems a little risky grabbing a pole as well. What matters is that it survives. Raisin also going for it. There we go, nice. Gets the star. Good stuff. And now the last star in Lethal Lava Land for both runners. Benji needs to go get the bully. This time ground pounds. A few overtimes. Did long jump instead. So this time that problem has been fixed, which is very important because it is the last time. I sound like a broken record, but I mean it is true. The most important part about these runs is the fact that it is the last run, so, you know, I kind of have to reiterate it. Benji even saving time on the PB in the Lethal Lava Land, which was pretty nice. Raisin clocking in at an 8:43, which is about 10 seconds behind Benji in this accidental race that we're having. Or it might be intentional, I don't know. They can talk to each other. Oh no, Benji, the angle didn't quite work. Still gonna try box jump with it. There we go. Nice. It's a light time loss, but as usual, what matters is get it over the line. Get it done. It can lose movement time, but it cannot fail. That's what truly matters. Remember, Phidias is still in the room, sort of eagerly awaiting, because in the way both of these runs are going, they are still very much so have the potential of beating a 15:34. So, as more time passes, more problems start to grow. Benji getting hit by a boulder, which wasn't even that bad of a... I mean, it wasn't like a terrible boulder. Oh no, Raisin fading the GTM slide, going backwards. Good backup. There we go. Benji getting hit by a boulder. And losing some time because it was during a jump, which meant the knockback was rather annoying. Now we'll lose some time. However, it's allowed to. Not taking risks on emergency exit either. Now 10:28 is the exit. Acceptable, but the end can't miss. Raisins is also acceptable. 10:32, the end can't miss. Benji, nice MIPS grab. Maybe even a little early. Let's see. Walks up to the spot. Very well done there. Raisin grabbing a bit closer to the door on the axes. There we go. Also getting it really well done. Nice split time. In the non-existent MIP split that both of these runners have. Raisin, I think, struggling a little bit more on average with it. Benji is close. Let's see. Front sub from Benji. There we go. That's nice. That keeps the run alive. We are alive into Fire Seat. And Raisin is keeping up. Because, of course, if Benji does do it, Raisin has to steal it right back within the run. Stands at about 3 seconds behind. Pole glitch for Benji. Very nice. Very well done. Raisin going to be heading for pole glitch as well. Gets it. Will Benji be getting any special cycle? We'll be trying it. Alright, I mean, not quite. Bails on trying to go down the middle. Goes to the side. Raisin in the meantime is able to just do ultimate as intended. Saving some time for sure. This is big stuff. This is big stuff. The runners have left the best till last, I see. There we go, getting the throw. And Raisin also getting the throw. I think Raisin might be in the lead with that route now, right? Hold on, I can't actually tell you. So this leaves at 13:12. No, yeah, 13:12. And this leaves you at 13:10. Yeah. No, 13:11. So, with a gold. Hold up. Gold Fire Seat. I mean, it was really good. Yeah, Raisin Curly has picked up the lead. Raisin hasn't been incredible at the BOJs, except for that one time. Benji, we haven't seen it much. It has been on par. It has been pretty good. Let's see how it goes. Keep your eyes peeled. There's a lot to look for in this moment. Benji gets it instantly. Can Raisin get it instantly? The answer is no. Raisin keeping up to the Raisin standard. Benji getting to the Bowser in the Sky stage while Raisin still struggling. It might just be the thing to have killed that run once and for all. Now Benji, all Benji needs to do is finish it out. Easier said than done. Runners today have struggled so much at getting this done, especially this right here. Moving right, and there you go. Very well done there. Gets a long jump, and here he is. Here it is. Get the focus on. Get the focus on. Will it happen? Will Benji be able to clutch it up after 2 hours of trying for PB? Will the only safe run Benji does work out? That's 2. And oh wait, that misses. Oh my. Those throws were unbelievably fast. Gets zapped. Still manages to grab. Gets the throw. There we go. We're safe. We're safe. I think. Yeah, we're safe, right? Yeah. Because I don't know what Raisin time is, but it's not faster. Yeah. That. Oh, whip. Okay. 15:36. Get second. Doesn't matter. Top 2 qualify. And Raisin, annoyingly, will still improve the time with a 15:46 and get eliminated from the competition despite the last second clutch. BOJs, where the killer. And there we go. What a finish. Let's go to the room where they've been talking.
Stressful. It's so stupid.
Hello.
Same. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
How's it been in here?
Fun.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of complaining about the game.
Yeah.
makes sense. So with that crazy finish, went really down to the wire. Physius and Benji qualify. Physius with that one run you got kind of in the middle. There weren't many runs that got too far for you, I'd say, but like yeah, there was that one which
Yep.
set the pace, set the first place, untouchable first place. Despite some attempts, a plethora of attempts. I mean, I think Raisin finished how many runs? You finished 5 runs today, right? And they were
Yeah,
all
something like
pretty,
that. I
yeah,
don't know.
and they were all pretty good. So like, that's kind of hurt. And then
Yeah.
I don't know, Benji, how did that last run feel?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, you,
I had to go in clutch mode when the time ran out, and then it worked.
yeah, you were kind of going for those super fast strats for most of it. And
Yeah.
then as soon as you
And then I
kind
went
of
safe.
yeah, as soon as you went safe, it worked out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
can't blame it if it works.
Mhm.
So yeah, you guys will be moving on into the losers, I guess, semi-final, where together, there will be also the top 2 from the other LTA, which will happen at some point. It's supposed to happen here, however, there's been a little bit of a thing, so I'll see with that. Either way, yeah, huge GG's.
GG's, man.
Good,
GG.
yeah, good Mario, for sure.
GG's.
Hope it was fun.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It
Yeah,
was fun. I enjoyed having VC help with the nerves.
that's fair. You, you chill, yeah, chills you out a bit more.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will wrap up stream now. I will on the Discord. Either I'll go back live in a little bit with the other LTA OLM forum that has been rescheduled. With that, yeah, hope everybody enjoyed. Hope everyone watching. We have the two people that moved on, Phidias and Benji. GG to them for playing. Uh,
GG's.
GG also to
GG.
GG.
GG also to Raisin, who played well. I mean, 1546 is still a very good times by getting eliminated. And also, thanks to Spanner for having participated. Had a tech issue, couldn't be here. And oh well. With that, thanks everybody, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.